So I just say that like one-liner.
It's been...
Oh, goodness. You can silence that? No, he's back.
Stop laughing. I'm ready to go.
Oh, my gosh.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Please silence your cell phones.
After 14 years of Ohr Hatorah, we are truly beginning to see the fruit of our labor. Young babies and toddlers have now become the teenagers and the young men and young women in our shul who themselves are growing in their own Torah and perhaps even more important are now beginning to teach to the next generation of children as well. As we are about to celebrate Shavuos, the time of Hodatem Levanecha Levnei Vanecha, the significance of transmitting the Mesorah to our children and to the following generations. So this is really what Ohr Hatorah is all about. To be able to transmit to our children the message of Torah, the significance of Tefillah, the role of Chesed in our lives. And this is ultimately something that we are beginning now to see the wonderful, sweet payros of the hard work of the past 14 years.
We moved in 10 years ago, and there was a lot of things that were going on in the shul, but it was really volunteer-driven. Naftalee, Zomberg, also suggested he would help out, and the two of us ran groups for that year and the following year. I was on the board for 6 years. I was the vice president for 2 years. I was the secretary for 4 years. I'm talking a lot about me.
We've been involved in many different ways, from being on the Shalchmanos committee years ago to being involved with the Hachnesas Orchim Shabbases and planning everything.
And it was the 10th anniversary of the shul, and we were trying to figure out what to do. And I said to Binny, I think, really to celebrate the 10th year and at the same time to sort of drive our fundraising, we really should have a shul dinner. Myself and Shir Eisenberg at the time sort of stepped up and said, we'll be the co-chairs. Myself and a few others, Dov Brandstatter, Corey Tarzik, Eric Ashkenazi, we really sat down to make a set of bylaws that the shul could be proud of. Such a small thing that people don't really think about, but making that big step of just sort of making a place for people to come and daven even more than that, and making it official in a certain way that it wasn't beforehand. It's also really nice to be honored with real deserving people, the Zombergs and the Silvestris.
Thank you to the Rev and Repetson for everything they've done for the shul and creating such a community where we're happy and proud to be a part of it and send our children.
We go back a very long time with the Adlers. I think they actually met at our wedding, and I think we're still waiting for a gift from them.
Shadchan gift. Yeah.
I think the Adlers are really sort of rock stars in this community.
Whenever you need something, Avraham Simcha will certainly be there to step up and help out and to tell you all of the bylaws and the intricacies of what you should and should not be doing as it relates to shul projects.
Legal type questions. He's always the point person that we still go to even to today.
Avraham Simcha is my older brother. When we were kids, we both did youth groups together at Rinat, so I just always remember him being an involved person in the community.
He makes everyone else look really good. So if you're on a team that includes Avraham Simcha, you're in really good shape.
And Aviva is always by Avraham Simcha's side and helping out in the shul with whatever the shul might need.
Aviva is one of those people who you really just can count on for anything.
I always joke around that even though my husband's the rabbi of another shul in Bergenfield, if I want to know what's going on in Bergenfield, it's probably better to ask Avraham Simcha and Aviva because they seem to know everything that's happening.
I view the Adlers as one of those key families that provide that solid footing that's essential to any shul to thrive.
It's really easy to see why the shul has had so much growth and so much development in so many areas when you have people like the Adlers who are involved.
Mazel tov on behalf of everyone from the family. We look up to you because you're tall, but also because you've always been a role model to all of us.
So happy to be raising our children together in this wonderful community.
Hope you enjoy the night, and it's really a great tribute to you both for all your years of dedication.
It's true, they're amazing. They're really special.
Avraham Simcha and Aviva have played a role in our shul in so many different ways, so we really thank you so much for all that you've done and continue to do, and will continue to do on behalf of not only the youth of Ohr Hatorah, but the entire community of Ohr Hatorah.
Mazel tov, Mommy and Daddy.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Can I interview you? Can I ask you guys some questions?
You can ask Ricky.
How's it going? Good. How are you?
Good.
I know you're running late. Let me ask you some questions.
Let's go.
What do you love about the learning shiur?
I love the Sunday morning shiur right over here.
What gets you up so early?
I was actually up at 6 o'clock in the morning going to bike ride first.
How many miles did you get in this morning?
16. So I'm here because Ohr Hatorah has yet again another wonderful shiur. It's very inspirational, and it's uplifting.
What's the trick to waking your boys up so early?
I guess coming to shul, being around Rav Sobolovsky, it's good enough.
I love waking up for shul every morning because the davening's so nice, and after there's a very good shiur.
All different types of backgrounds just come together, have a coffee, some donuts, and enjoy the shiur.
Davening with Rabbi Sobolovsky. He's an amazing speaker. He's an inspiration to listen to.
36 divided by 2? What can we do to get more people to the shiur?
I think order some Ubers, a bunch of Ubers. Get a bunch of Ubers and just bring people from everywhere.
Just gentle reminders. Reaching out, maybe calling a friend and saying, I'm planning to attend the shiur. You want to come with me?
Maybe a shul WhatsApp group for the women.
Continue to have amazing speakers on interesting topics, then people will come.
Both Tamar and I come from families where community involvement and community service is paramount. My in-laws offer a tremendous amount of their time to help other people. My own parents served on the board of multiple shuls in our community. And just watching the shul grow over the last few years and take on more programming, more shiurim, more events, more women's events, just everything's expanded so much.
As the shul grows, programming increases and there's more opportunity for people to volunteer and more of a need for people to get involved.
After a year or two, I decided to get involved in the youth department and volunteered to help run groups. Definitely a bag full of puppets that would make it to shul every week. I think the max number of voices I could do at once was 5. The Rav approached me to ask if I would serve as the president of the shul. Those years were challenging. They were a great opportunity to work with everyone in our shul who's so welcoming.
We've hosted several Kiddushim on Shabbos in our home, working together with Ohr Hatorah and the board in order to welcome new members of our shul into the shul and into the community.
And her food's really good too.
It makes me very proud to see all 3 of our boys eager to attend Motzei Shabbos learning on a weekly basis in the winter.
We want to thank our friends and the people in this community for themselves being unbelievably positive role models. It's easy for us to tell our kids learning Torah is important because there's so many people doing the same with their children.
We would like to thank the Rav and the Rebbetzin for all that they do for the shul, for our community at large, and for fostering the Torah environment that we want for our family in our shul.
The Zombergs really epitomize V'ahavta l'recha kamocha.
They are willing to help out really in any way possible at any time.
A few months ago we were invited to their house for a small kiddush after shul, and they invited over a bunch of new families from the community to meet some of the older families in the community, and it was really special.
He brought a lot of his Naftalee pizzazz while he was president that everybody enjoyed.
Only very vivid memories of him wearing goofy hats, crazy hats, throwing rubber chickens around, inflatable things.
When Naftalee teaches Mishnah to the boys, he doesn't just sit with his Mishnah open and read it to them. He has magnetiles and he's building things and he's showing them.
I was driving to Y&J, the school that both our children go to, and I think it was December 25th, and there was Naftalee Zomberg directing traffic. The prior year he had seen one of the senior rabbanim, one of the senior administrators in the school directing traffic, and that just didn't sit well with him because he thought that wasn't an appropriate expression of kavod for one of the principals.
You're gonna be here a while, you know.
Thank you, and Yasher Kol Chazam on all of your hard work.
Mazel tov, and you should continue to see much nachas from your family, and we should continue to see our families grow together.
We really appreciate everything you've done and continue to do for our shul and entire community.
Naftalee and Tamar planted the seeds in our community for our thriving youth department. It's a schus to be able to work together with the Zombergs in terms of helping Ohr Hatorah go to the next level. So we wish them a tremendous bracha and atzlach in the future. We look forward to them continuing serving as role models and continuing in assisting all of us grow in terms of transmitting the Masorah to the next generation.
Mazel tov, Iman Ava.
I've been trying to get in the building for days. What's the code?
Am I allowed to give it out? It's like top secret.
Making wake-up calls? Great.
We're backstage with Rabbi Sobolovsky giving one of his famous shiurim.
So how do you decide whether you're davening before or after the shiur?
There's a minyan before, there's a minyan after, which is perfect. So if I don't wake up for the early minyan, I could just go to the one after.
My tip to everyone, if you want French crawlers, you gotta get here early. So I want to find out, what's your favorite topic that you learned?
We learned about the Lamites Malachos, things we can't do on Shabbos.
Avos Ubanim, it's one of my favorite, having 3 boys and going through the whole process.
I personally like any topics related to like emunah bitachon, anything like that relates to personal growth.
The best part of the program is listening to Rav Tzvi Sobolovsky. He has a phenomenal talent to spoon feed to his kahal the basic principles and notions that you need to know to apply halacha.
Give a little shout out to this year's dinner honorees.
Phenomenal families, phenomenal people.
Behind the scenes, things that people don't know about, but really they've done a tremendous amount, and we owe them a big car to all 3 couples.
Jordan and Eileen, the entire youth experience wouldn't be anything without them.
Jordan, thank you. Puts up with my kids every week in shul.
Shout out to the Zombergs for everything that they do.
Amazing families, just amazing couples that do so much for the community. So I'm so excited and looking forward to attending this year's dinner.
Hi, my name is Eileen Silvestri.
Jordan Silvestri, and we are the Ohr Hatorah Youth Directors. Our job is to inspire and empower our youth to be involved in the shul in a meaningful way, and hopefully for that to continue to grow even after we're gone.
Over the past 6 years, we have done many different programming.
What we try to teach our kids and our leaders is that if there's an opportunity to step up, don't wait for someone else to step up. Take that opportunity yourself. Every member of a community has a place where they can impact change, from the oldest to the youngest and everywhere in between.
Being with the kids are awesome. They're outstanding youth leaders.
Any given Shabbos, you hear our names called 1 billion times. People don't always appreciate is how many times I call Eileen's name. Because there are certain sets of situations where she is uniquely gifted in supporting, whether it's a kid, boy or girl, who is having a difficult time and who just needs that kind, soft touch.
I'm gonna cry.
That's okay.
I think I am crying.
I mean, I want to thank the entire community, the Rav, the Rebbetzin, the boards that we've been involved with, the committees we've been involved with, most directly the parents and the kids who have allowed us to be part of their family, about their story.
So nice and meaningful to us to see how much love and support we got from everybody. We will always cherish that, and it will always be part of our lives.
Good job.
That was good.
So Jordan has been the youth director at the shul with Eileen for many years.
3, 4?
No, many more, longer than that.
5, 6?
6, 7, a long time.
Our 13-year-old daughter is a youth leader, and Jordan and Eileen have really molded and helped her develop responsibility and taught her how to work with kids. It's really beautiful to see.
I come in every Shabbos and I'm like, I get to see Eileen, I get to catch up with her. Jordan welcomes me with a smile even when I come late.
It gives me a sense of responsibility, and it really makes me feel like I'm in a position of leadership.
Jordan always pushes us to be role models for the kids.
Jordan and Eileen are the definition of great role models.
Just how we look up to Jordan and Eileen and we think they're great role models, I think that all of the youth leaders are great role models for the kids also.
Hopefully these kids will look up to us and also become group leaders and help out the next generation.
Before we had a youth department, the Zombergs and the Adlers were essentially the youth department in a very voluntary, informal capacity. But the Silvestris really took it to another level when they came into the shul. And it's really through the efforts of all of the honorees tonight, the Adlers, Zombergs, and Silvestris, that our youth really have taken to the shul and have started in their own way becoming really active in the shul itself.
Mazel tov, Jordan and Eileen. Thank you so much for everything you've done for our children.
We wish you and your family much continued nachas and success.
I'm so happy for you guys that you have this honor. You guys 100% deserve it.
Thank you for all the good times that we had.
Thank you for always being the best and always being there whenever we need it.
Mazel tov, Jordan and Eileen.
Mazel tov, Jordan and Eileen, on this amazing honor.
Mazel tov to Jordan and Eileen Silvestri, who have done so much on behalf of our shul. The relationships that they have forged together with the youth of our shul, together with the entire membership of our shul, is something that we will always treasure. But we know that they will always serve as role models and always serve as inspiration for all of us. And we really, really thank you from the bottom of our heart for the wonderful things you have done to help the transmission of our Masorah to the next generation.
Mazel tov, Mommy and Daddy.